What's up, guys? It's Lee. Today I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna watch a replay from my friend's views. He's struggling with the Dawson matchup and he plays Kage. This video is gonna be a lot longer than usual, maybe 20 minutes, hopefully a lot shorter. I'm gonna go over the matchup and just talk about things that he should be doing. All right, let's get right into it. We're gonna start off with the replay. Okay. I'm gonna watch the last one. I remember you telling me that you were super frustrated, so I'm gonna expect some aggressive gameplay from you. I'm also gonna expect you just being impatient. So the rule number one in this matchup is you don't want to be impatient. This is how you die in this matchup. That's exactly how you die in this matchup. So, all right. Okay. The first thing I want to mention, I like the fact that you're using V skill 1 and V trigger 1. This is definitely the loadout I would choose with Kage in this matchup. And I also like the fact that you just threw red fireball, you got the knockdown, and you understood there was a chance to move forward. This is the mentality you need. Anytime you get a knockdown in this matchup, you're gonna want to move up, okay? To get that space as much as possible. Okay. Okay, tip number one, okay? Anytime Dawson teleports, just jab. Even if he teleports away from you, just jab, because you don't know when he's gonna teleport close to you. So anytime you see him teleport, just press jab. Okay, we can start off right there. Okay. Most Dawson players do this. Okay, they do a vertical fireball into a slide. Now, the way to beat this, honestly, if you were close enough, you would sweep. If you were further away, you will wait for the whiff punish on the slide. Like, if you were at this range when he threw the fireball, you should have walked back just a little tiny bit, because most Dawson players are gonna slide. Most Dawson players will slide here. So walking back and looking for that slide right here at this fireball moment, at this moment of this fireball, you could have gotten a whiff punish. And what you will whiff punish with will be sweep, to be honest, because you want the knockdown and you want the Oki afterwards. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna test this. I'm not sure if you can anti-air the drill kicks with V skill. I'm gonna try it, and if it comes up useful, I'll put it in this video. But anytime he does this, at this range, you want to jab or light kick. See right here, light kick anti-air with an anti-air, a standing light kick. But most of the time it's jab. Okay, and if you do block it, make sure you're aware where he hits you when you block it. If he hits above your waist, you are plus. If he hits below the waist, you're negative. Okay. The frame data varies on the height he hits you on. If he hits you on your knees or on your feet, he's plus. If he hits you above your waist, you're plus. So make sure you are aware of where he hits you when you block this attack. Also, if you block this attack, just expect a tick throw, a block string, a gale, because if they know you're gonna tech after the dive kick, they can go into gale and punish your tech attempt. So knowing how to block it and knowing when to anti-air is super important. Okay. You were probably frustrated here and you jumped by accident. I don't know why you jumped here, but that was a bad jump. Okay. I hope you know all the slides are negative up close. If they misspace it, they're negative, even punishable. So knowing your slide punishes is a big deal. If they're spaced out, they're gonna be plus. The bad Tatsu, you got punished for it. Oh, that's not much of a punish, but weak punish. See right here, he's gonna go for slide again. Okay, I'm guaranteed he's gonna go for slide again here. I knew it. You see that? So knowing standing right slightly out the fireball range when he does this, you can get that whiff punish on that slide at least like 60% of the time. So it looks like he's about okay. This is another tip. Around this range, they're most likely gonna dive kick. Okay. So if the Dawson player, like this guy right here, is abusing this dive kick, you can preemptively neutral jump. Okay, you can preemptively neutral jump and land on top of these, and you can get a neutral jump punish. But at this very moment right here, your main concern should have been anti-airing this with jab. Okay, DPing these are hard. You gotta be super on point. The only way you can anti-air this was probably with a jab. Okay, so this fireball right here, okay, the best advice I can give you about the V skill fireball, you want to block it, and you want to be closer when you block it. You don't want to give him too much space because he can potentially mix you up. So try to block this fireball. Like, as you can see, he teleported right behind it, and you just took a bunch of damage. Look at this. This is at least 300 damage. Wow, that's a lot of damage. 312. Holy shit. So your best bet here was you should have like dashed forward and just blocked the fireball, and you should have got ready to block the teleport too, because you just took a bunch of damage here. That was a good jump. Okay, I'm gonna explain how to deal with teleports later on in the video. But I'm gonna explain to you what you should have done here. Any situation like this situation happens a lot in meaty situations, and it also happens in this situation right here when an air reset happens, right? You got the air reset, and you try to meaty him when he lands, but he teleports away, right? You got enough. You got 34 frames to dash up and punish on reaction. This is a dash up punish, guaranteed. Just giving you a heads up, views. Okay, right here, he got that. Is this the V skill fireball? You should have just blocked it. Look, he's looking for the jump. Just block the fireball. Block those V skill fireballs. You do not want to give us space or get hit by them, or get hit by an anti-air. See right here, I would have dashed up DP. Dash up DP. Or dash up stand heavy kick.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, so here's the situation again. Okay, what did I tell you about the situation, the fireball situation? They're gonna slide. They're gonna slide, but this time he didn't. But remember the last few times he did the fireball, he slid. He's gonna probably do V skill because you gave him too much space. Now he's gonna V skill. As you, yep. Take that space. What you should have done here, views, and what you should have done here, instead of that, you should have you should have checked that the slide with your medium buttons, crouching medium punch. You could have staggered with it. You could have frame trapped with it. Use your light buttons at that range. When you check the slide, you should have done that. So right here, you should just block. Yeah. Just block. Just block those fireballs. Block the fireball. You're getting hit by the fireball. Just block it. There you go. You blocked it. Walk forward. When you're blocking these, just walk forward. Don't get... Okay. Okay. Views. Jab. You gotta jab these teleports. 100% jab. Just jab it. Jab. That would have been an easy jab. Anytime he teleports, just mash jab. Okay, here's a slide, and you're gonna eat like 200 damage. So right here, right here, you're not gonna win. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be blunt. You're not gonna win. You want to make sure you get the health lead early, and you want to get the hold the health lead as much as possible. And I also want to remind you, views, this is a losing matchup. You're gonna this matchup right here is very hard. I would probably say it's Kage's hardest matchup. You just want to hold on to your health lead, and when you do have a big health lead, don't do anything risky to give it away, like a jump in or jumping at someone in the corner. And you want to make sure that you use your resources to your best advantage. Also, you don't want to do things like that. I kind of know what you were going for there, but you just gave half of your V trigger bar away. There's no reason for you to do it here. You should have did it when the Dawson player was grounded. Matter of fact, you should have done it when he was throwing fireballs. When he throws that fireball, the vertical fireball, you can let this move rip, because it will probably punish it and you get plus frames. Okay, you can take your turn after this. That's the wrong button to take the turn with, but you should have done slight walk forward into a medium kick. You should have walked forward heavy punch. I could tell you were frustrated in those last few seconds, but now we're gonna get into the punishes and your game plan. We're gonna talk about your game plan too. Okay, the first punish I want to show you is punishing his instant overhead, which is his jumping light punch. Dawson players like to do this when you just have the right amount of health for it to kill. Okay, now blocking this and getting hit by this, it's still negative. So if you block it, you can dash up DP. You just gotta be aware if you're close enough to DP them. See that? They like to do this when you have low health. That's how they close out games. I wonder if EX Tatsu works. Look at that. EX Tatsu works. That's how you will punish that. Okay? On hit and on block, this works. They like to do this when you have low health. So be aware. Alright, the second thing I want to show you, how to punish is super. It's actually throwable. It's pretty easy. A lot of Dawson players, especially in your rank, they're gonna wake up super. So knowing how to punish it with throw is cool. You can BD throw them every single time. You see that one more time, right? All right, let's move on. All right, The other punish, light kick slide into V trigger is -4. You can always DP the shit out of it. Dawsums like to activate this way. All the other slides though are plus, but the light kick slide into V trigger, which is common, is -4. Let's record him doing light kick slide V trigger. It's -4. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is interrupting some of the Dawsum strings. So knowing how to interrupt some of these strings in the neutral is gonna prevent them from spamming the buttons as much, which will allow you to dash, walk up, and probably even jump. Just know that one of the key things you got to keep in mind while playing this matchup, you want to do as many things. You want to keep the Dawsum player occupied on the ground as much as possible. Once they start looking for your dashes, your buttons, how you're gonna walk up in their face, they're less likely gonna anti-air you. But let's get to the interrupting these strings, okay? All right, so this string right here, you can interrupt it several ways. You can do it this way. Okay. Okay. You can also do it this way. And dash up, obviously, right? You want to get that Oki, right? You could do it that way or this way. You could also do it with forward heavy punch. And make sure you get that Oki, okay? But this one's useful. The sweep one is useful. See, this does take a little timing. That's why I'm getting counter hit. This one requires a little bit of timing. Not too much. But the crush counters is going to require some timing. And you do, you know, you get all that. So you're like, what if they don't span standing light kick? And they spam the other button? You can do the same thing. This one you can do the same thing. Dude, this one's a little harder. See that? It's possible. It just requires a little bit of timing. You can do that. That. Right? This. What else is the other option? Oh yeah, I remember this one. You could use standing heavy kick too. Obviously, this is something you gotta use sparingly, but you gotta do it. You gotta have to do it sometimes, because you don't want them to be spamming those buttons. Now, if they do spam those buttons, that probably opens up your jump. If they don't spam them, if they start delaying those buttons between one another, that allows you to dash up or like walk up. So being aware of how you block those buttons and the timing of the blocking those buttons is going to give you opportunity to walk up and punish them. Just also keep in mind that doing that V skill there gives you V meter. And in this matchup, you want to use V trigger 1. So you're going to get that V meter if you interrupt these strings too. Also, crush counter gives you meter too, so you gotta keep that in mind as well. It gives you V gauge. So if they stop spamming those buttons like that, that gives you the chance to walk up. Because most of the time, the way you want to be playing this matchup is this way. Let's turn on those buttons. This is the way you want to walk. Okay? You want to inch forward. And while you're inching forward, you gotta recognize how are they pressing these buttons? Are they spamming them one after another? And if they are, that's when you do your punish, right? All right, let's move on. But the walk and block is super important. That's how you want to walk in this matchup. You want to walk a little bit, block. Walk a little bit, block. They're not pressing any buttons, dash. Take some space. Throw a fireball at least. Don't let them just hit you with buttons. And the more you do this, it's going to open up your jump game. Because they're going to be occupied looking at what you're going to do on the ground. Okay, the next thing I want to mention, Dhalsims like to teleport out the corner, especially after they hit you or when they make you block something. Especially when in this matchup where you're going to be doing a lot of blocking, they're going to take the advantage to either move forward to put pressure or teleport out the corner when you do have them in the corner. So being aware when Dhalsim wants to teleport on the screen is key. But in the corner, that is a common place for Dhalsim players to teleport out. They want to escape that corner, right? Because they're going to get fucked up in the corner. Now, they usually teleport behind you. So you can expect a DP or just jab as a punish. Okay, you can do jab. You can do super. They're gonna do this out the corner, so be creative with your punishes right there. I think you can even get like standing. I think you can get like. Oh, I can get like a dash probably. You see? You kind of have to delay the EX Tatsu. But get creative with your punishes. This is a big chance for you to get damage. Alright, let's move on. DPing his teleport when he tries to mix you up with his EX Fireball. This does take meter to do. One way to deal with it is honestly blocking it. But if you do want the damage, you can waste one EX bar to throw EX Fireball to nullify their EX Fireball and get ready to DP. Most Dhalsim players, when they throw EX Fireball, they're going to DP either in front of you or behind you. Most of the time, it's behind you. You could do an autocorrect DP here. You can mash down back and down forward when they teleport, and when they appear you just press the punch button and the DP will autocorrect. Okay, you could do that. You could do it that way too. I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about. That mix up right there, right? You could do that. That's how you would beat it. And it's okay if you get hit, because you'll get the punish and a knockdown. As you can see, I just did the autocorrect version there, because they usually teleport behind you, but most players, smarter Dawson players, will mix it up. They'll teleport in front of you or behind you. And you just DP. So doing the autocorrect DP there is probably best. And the way you would do it on stick, because I know you play on stick, you would mash down, back, down, forward, down, back. You just mash it, going back and forth. And as soon as they appear, you press the punch button, and the DP will autocorrect. That's how you will beat this mix up here. So if you're far enough, you could probably just super them. Oh, but let's not get carried away, right? I don't think that works. But just know that you can waste one of your bars to beat it, right? Now, if Dawson players catch on that you're punishing this gimmick right here, they'll try to stay in front of the fireball. They won't teleport. They'll see if you try to jump. Now, if they do that, just block the fireball. Now, there's another way to not deal with this mix-up, right? You could do this. You could just jump forward. Better Dawson players won't always teleport. They're gonna anti-air you there. If they do anything else besides teleport, like if they're not anti-airing you and you can jump over the EX fireball, go ahead and do it. But if they do teleport all the time, just jump out. If you want to get damage, get the DP punish. Alright, the next thing I want to show you is wake up teleport. This can be beaten the same way as super. This is why throw is so good versus Dawson. The throw can beat his wake up super, and it can beat wake up teleport. Now, one thing you got to keep in mind, I forgot to mention earlier, a lot of Dawson players, they're gonna resort to delay tech. So expect them to tech on wake up and tech on yeah, make sure you remember to blow them up on wake up for teching. Okay, so make sure you shimmy, you mix up the regular throw and your shimmy in your game plan, and you'll blow them up for it. Another thing they like to do on wake up is V shift. So knowing how to blow up V shift is a big deal as well. They also like the delay button on wake up, and I already told you how to beat those options, right? So knowing how to beat that is a big deal. You're gonna get damage, but wake up teleport actually beats your meaty. If you try to meaty them, the wake up teleport would just teleport them away. And if they do teleport away, you can do this on reaction. You can dash up punish every single time. Just like that. I'm gonna do it one more time. That's on reaction, okay? Now, remember that the throw beats them. They can't teleport when you throw. And remember that I told you that most Dawson players are going to resort to teching. So, make sure you shimmy them once in a while, right? And if they do whiff their throw, you just punish them, okay? Alright, so I'm going to show you 3 ways how to deal with Dawson's dive kick. Honestly, I think this is the best dive kick in the game. The easiest way to deal with dive kick is this. You jab, alright? You may get a trade. And make sure when you jab them, you dash up. Dash up pressure. And if they get conditioned to block, you throw them, okay? Make sure you meaty them on that wake up, okay? I mean on that air reset. You can also do this. Now, one of the reasons why I think this is not a good idea is because you'll get gray damage, but you get V meter, so it's a trade for trade. But if you have enough health to spare, this does have the chances of missing. I noticed. See, sometimes you just like lose to it. So you gotta be aware that this is something you gotta use maybe once in a while, not all the time. You see, sometimes it loses. Also, if they're spamming this and you have a read on it, you can neutral jump punish. Right? You can neutral jump punish that. Right? If you have a read, you could do that. But I think the most beneficial one is probably just jabbing them. Just jabbing them. You take the trade. Or this. But just know that sometimes it loses. You see that? Look at that, light kick. Look at light kick. See light kick? But light punch works the best, I think. Alright, the last thing I want to mention is with punishing that little slide he does after the vertical fireball. Knowing how to do this could have won you that match versus that guy you just lost to on rank. Alright? You just gotta DP it. As soon as you see that slide, DP it. You could do EXDP, it reaches further. Oh. Or if they like to do this in your face, you could do this. This is an easier way to deal with it. Just fireball. You gotta block it. Take some chip damage at least. Right? Slightly wait after it lands, then do it. You know, get some chip damage. Or take the opportunity to probably sweep. You could sweep that probably. Oh, maybe not with Kage, but I think DP works the best. Let's just keep it a DP.